Pocket holes are a quick and easy way to put together a couple of boards. But pocket hole jigs are difficult to find in Europe, and if you do find them, they can be quite expensive. Now, making your own version of these pocket hole jigs is not difficult, but you still need this special drill bit with a step. You really don't. That's what they want you to think. While trying to use two different drill bits like these will not really work, because the short one is not long enough and you'll end up hitting the board itself. But in most cases you will have access to both sides of the board, so why not just drill a hole from each side? Here is how to make a simple jig to accomplish that. I'm gonna use these two scraps, but I'm not gonna glue them, so we can take a look afterwards. Now, what I'm gonna do is cut this area at an angle so it can receive the board, like so. And then I'll cut the guide holes or the pilot holes for both drill bits. I'll be using aluminum bushings because that's what I have on hand. I want this around here, I think. I want the bit to enter through the center line, so I will align these two lines, and I want an angle of 15 degrees. That's close enough. Now I have to remove this area, and this is the line of the holes. Let's head over to the drill press. At this point you're pretty much done, but you still need a parallel surface to this one so you can clamp the jig to the workpiece. Especially in this area, which is where the drill bit meets the workpiece. So this works as any other jig. You just set your stop at wherever you want the head of the screw to sit, then you clamp the workpiece and you drill both holes. I usually start with a small one to prevent blowout, but it doesn't matter. Now you might be thinking, well, this jig only works for 16mm boards. You're right. Well, actually 16 or smaller. But that's really the most common thickness I use, so I have a dedicated one. Then I have a bigger one that reaches 30mm. And you can use this one for thicknesses between 30 and 16. To make a custom setup for any other thickness, you just have to align the breadpoint drill bit with the center of the board, and there you go. The good thing about this is that you have a lot of flexibility, so you can choose where do you want the head of the screw to sit. That's great when you're working with softer woods or just want to use regular countersink screws. You can just leave more meat on the weak side of the board so it doesn't split, and for extra safety you can even throw a washer inside. Check the description below to find templates for these jigs on my website, and if you prefer to buy them, I will add also some links to get them online in a few countries. That's all. If you like what I do, you can consider supporting me on Patreon, or just go watch another video and subscribe, and maybe tell your grandmother about this channel, I don't know.